Good morning, everyone. I am Miss Renalyn Suarez, and for today's Rationale, we will be rationalizing the item number 20 of subject EDU 11, EDU 532, and EDU 537. So let's start with EDU 11. The number 20 entails that why is teaching considered a life with meaning? A. Because it makes you more human. B. Because it is the noblest profession. C. Because it allows you to discover yourself. Or letter D. Because it is the only profession where you can touch lives without expecting in return. The answer is letter D. I believe that when you are teaching, you are not just sharing your knowledge. You are not just delivering the lesson. You are changing the lives of your students. You are guiding them through the right path. You are guiding them in achieving their dreams in life. As a teacher, when we do good, when we are guiding our students, we are not expecting in return because it is our responsibility to mold our students. It is our responsibility to make them succeed in life. So, actually, all these choices are correct, but letter D is the best answer. It is true naman that education makes us more human by doing our responsibilities as a teacher. And education is the noblest profession. It is ang pinakamarangal na profession dahil hindi madali maging guro. Hindi madali pag-aralan ang pagiging guro. And letter C, it allows you to discover yourself. No, my philosophy in education is that I am not just teaching my student. My student not just the only one who is learning. I am also learning from them. So let's proceed with EDU 532. The number 20 entails that this type of objective is understood in terms of observable or measurable accomplishment in mapping the curriculum. Letter A, instructional objectives. B, school's objectives. Letter C, behavioral objectives. Or letter D, the non-behavioral objectives. So the answer is letter C, the behavioral objectives. When we say behavioral objectives, it is more focused on the behavior of the student. The behavior that you want your student to accomplish at the end of your lesson. For example, your lesson is all about essay. So your behavioral objective would be at the end of the lesson, the students will be able to construct their own essay. And when we say instructional materials, it is focused on the skills and the attitude that your students will gain at the end of the lesson. For example, the learner will be able to deal with the irritable customers. So when we say school objectives, for example with this is to develop responsible engaged learning. School objectives is focused on what does the school want for their learners? What are their goals for their learners? And when we say non-behavioral objectives, it is our skills that are much more difficult to observe or measure because they are not an outward behaviors. For example, with this is the problem-solving skills and the ability to express oneself creativity. Because we all know that problem solving is not that easy to accomplish. So let's proceed with EDU 537. The number 20 entails that what is a complete blindness? The choices are legal blindness, partially blindness, blind at one eye, or none of the above. The answer is none of the above. Because when we say complete blindness, you cannot see any form or light. You cannot see even a little object or light. So when we say legal blindness, you can see but not that clearly. The normal vision of a person is 20/20. It means that you can see clearly an object that is 20 feet far away from you. So the legal blindness is 20/200. When the item or the object is 200 feet away from you, you will need to stand 20 feet from it in order to see it clearly. That is legal blindness. You can see a little. You can see a little but not that clearly. When we say partially blindness, it is a loss of vision that cannot be corrected by glasses or contact lenses. Partial blindness means you have a very limited vision. Okay, blind at one eye. It is very obvious that the one eye is the one who cannot able to see an object, but the other eye can able to see an object. So the answer is none of the above. And that's all. I hope you have learned something from me.